Okay, y'all. So I do apologize if you was on earlier and you did not, and it went off on you. I do apologize for that. But I want to say welcome to my plus size Grandma Reality Show podcast. It's yours truly, Miss Coco Bowden. I don't know what is going on with this thing. I put in there my thumbnail and I don't know. It did a whole nother thing. I have no idea. It's hackers, boy. When they hack your stuff, don't they just do the most for no reason at all? And it's not even a benefit for them because, like, really? But anyway, y'all, I hope you're having a great afternoon. I know I am. I'm having a lovely afternoon. I refuse to let anybody steal my joy. I told y'all, 47 big, loud, and proud. And that means that I've just got to do me, whether I'm getting physically, mentally, or emotionally abused. I still got to come through for me, okay? So today was bittersweet for me. My girls, they have all gone back to school now. So we're unsure if Leah's going to be keeping her part-time little job side thing with me or not. Unsure until we find out her schedule. She may be able to work on weekends with me. I'm going to miss her because that girl, she really does a lot for me. But they're back in school, so summer vacate is over, and that leaves Grandma with nothing to do for 8 hours. And I refuse to just be going back and forth to the doctors. I refuse to spend my time up going back and forth to the doctors. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this right here. I have spent the last 3 years since before the pandemic, really 2018. Let's just go back to 2018. Since 2018, October, I have been back and forth to doctors, therapy, different types of in-between things of the doctors and the therapy sessions and specialists. I just got woke out of that stuff, okay? I looked at it, I said, God, this is the whole summer. And the whole summer, I had a list of appointments that was scheduled for the whole summer. And every time I went to these appointments, I was getting tired and tired. I was feeling worse before I would go to a therapist or anything. Or I was feeling worse and worse. And I finally just came to say that, hey, that's not for me. So I opted out of everything. Now I'm starting back over. I'm back with my regular doctor. Forget the specialist. I didn't lose a pound with them. They kept trying to talk me into going to Texas and stuff like that. And that wasn't, come on now. I know I need to lose weight, but I've seen worse. So I just left that alone. They can have those games. I was getting to run around with a lot of games and stuff for this summer. And so I just stopped dead in the middle of it. I said, y'all is not finna play me like that and make me sicker. I mean, because some of the stuff they were saying and doing, I wish y'all could see it. Every doctor, this is the honest thing. Every doctor appointment I went to or specialist appointment I went to, they would sit in the office. First of all, they had these flowers in the office. The Pothos plants, house plants, everybody had those in the office. And they were the same, about the same size, kind of in the same vases. Everybody had the same blankets, almost identical blankets in their office, and always would wrap themselves up in blankets every time they would start talking to me or, I had an appointment. So I was like, you know what, this is a game that y'all are playing. I'm not part of this narcissistic game, this thing called monitoring innocent citizens. No, that's y'all game. I'm not going to take part in that. So I told my daughter, I said, look, her and my son, I said, look, y'all, I might got some issues, but they ain't that deep. They'll be sending me here and there because each specialist sent me to another specialist. Then that specialist sent me to another specialist. You see what I'm saying? I was getting a run around. Here I am, my health insurance and stuff just getting played. And so it was taking up too much. I know I went all the way around the world to tell this story. But it took too much time and energy away that I could have been, spending with my granddaughters, having a good time with them, teaching them things, and not even teaching, just enjoying being around each other. I think this was our summer where we just enjoyed being around each other. And the girls, they got into cooking. They got to learn how to cook different kinds of food, and they got to take charge in the kitchen. Like, we would just, me and my daughter, we get out their way and let them handle things. I mean, you really can't. I can't complain about that, but see, it was getting taken away from me because of all the other stuff. So I wanted to spend more time with them. So I got out of all that stuff with them doctors so I could spend more time with my granddaughters and try to get my health back on track. And what else? First time I realized that them girls could cook really good and didn't need my assistance was this summer. They didn't need my assistance. They'd be like, Grandma, I want to cook such and such a thing. Do you got this? Do you got that? And sometimes they just go on in the kitchen and take charge, I'd be like, go ahead then. Go ahead then. And to see that growth was amazing. I'm still stunned at how I could just... And they don't want me to do nothing, y'all. I'm actually too young not to be doing nothing. They don't want me to do nothing. And I'd be like, I need to do something. Let me do something. So they finally let me do something. After all summer, they ain't let me do nothing hardly. But they finally let me do something. Destiny let me do her hair. I put braids in her hair yesterday. Y'all got to excuse me if you keep hearing me drink water, but I feel like I'm a little bit dehydrated, so I'm trying to drink some every so many minutes, not do it all at one time, giving it time to get to where it needs to get and not overflood myself. But yeah, they finally let me do Destiny's hair yesterday. They even didn't learn how to do each other's hair over the summer. So it was a lot going on over this summer. And now that they're going back to school, it's like, what am I going to do? I don't want to stay in the bed all day. Tired of medication, tired of staying in the bed all day. I got to find something to do. I gotta create some type of schedule for me now, because little baby started back school before everybody else did. I think she started back like 2 weeks ago. And I barely been seeing her. And now I'm looking at her and she growing so much. Since she started back school, I barely see her. But before then, I had something to do all day long. I'm telling y'all, all day long. When they was out of school, like, I had something to do. It started at 8 o'clock in the morning. And it would not end till about 9 o'clock at night. Me and them girls and their mama, we always just had something to do. They come up here and stay while she go to work, and now that that's out, that part's gone. Oh, excuse me. That part's gone now because she's they'll be in school while she working. So now I gotta find me something to do. I want to do surveys. I like doing the surveys, y'all. If you have patience and time, that's something that you can do and make extra money on the side. Some of these surveys on user interviews, they pay anywhere from $200 just for 1 hour to $80, different amounts. And so I've signed up to do some of those case studies and some of those interviews. And hopefully I will get picked out to do some of them. So believe in God that I am going to get picked for some of the higher paying interviews and surveys. I'm going to start fixing me up an office. A little office space in my living room. Nothing major, y'all. It's just something so that I won't be laying in the bed doing the survey, so I won't be laying across the chairs doing the survey. Y'all should see me. I have to go from the bed to the chair doing surveys. And I do it for about, I'd say all together, I probably have been doing surveys now for about 3 to 4 hours out of the day. And you go through your process of so many of them. By the time you get halfway through, they be done filled up the survey slot. So So I probably really get done around 15 surveys a day before I stop. And then plus I be playing the games where you can get paid to play the games. I do that too. So I guess I will make me a schedule according to those times and what times I want to work. I know the early bird still catches the worm. Who needs to hear that? The early bird still catches the worm, and that means if I lay in the bed all day, I'm going to miss the good surveys. And what do I call the good surveys? I call the good surveys the surveys that pay like $2 for 10 minutes to do. $5.60 or $7 for 20 minutes. Those are the good surveys I'm talking about. Or, better yet, the $200 for 45 minutes. And maybe 4 days. For 4 days, you work 45 minutes just writing down what you eat. And you basically become a case study for them. And you have to get on camera and video. And all that stuff. So I want to create me a nice space in my house. I know my home is going through a lot of stuff right now. And it's getting pretty well roughed up by these fellas, but I have to keep a smile on my face, and I have to keep believing God that these fellas will wake up and see that, hey, you know, we see the condition she live in, so let's not make it worse, because that could be my mama, or that could be my sister, or that could be me if I get injured doing what I'm doing, you know. So hopefully they'll wake up and just say, look, it just ain't worth it. Let's go on about our business. Let's find a different way to make money. Yep. But even if they don't, I can't stop what I'm doing for them. I'm pretty sure it's going to be big inconveniences, because it already is. It takes me longer to do surveys than it would the average person, because I actually get asked the same thing about 3 or 4 times before they actually let me into the survey. And that happens at stores and appointments, all kind of stuff that happens at. And so, yeah, it's all right. But I do want to start this next journey of 47 Big, Loud, and Proud. I want to start it with a nice, healthy schedule. Getting up out of that bed, doing what I need to do. I cannot, if I sit on my butt any longer, it's going to be flat, you know. It's going to be flat tire. Not sitting on it, but laying down. Because my routine, it didn't got where I lay in that bed till about 12 to 3, sometimes 4 in the afternoon, when my granddaughters wouldn't come. Now, my granddaughters come, I go ahead and get up, no problem. But if they don't come, I lay here all day. And that wouldn't just be laying, y'all. That's because I actually do have chronic illnesses. I do have one that they say is not reversible. So anybody that's ever had COPD, any type of lung disease, you know, you stay tired all the time. High blood pressure. Tired all the time. Chronic fatigue. It's hard. And you know, you can look at that person, they be so beautiful on the outside, but you don't never know what's going on the inside of that person. And so with me, as good as I look from the outside to some, I'm not talking about weight wise, I'm talking about face wise. I may look nice to some of you in the face, but if you knew what I struggle with on a day-to-day basis, just getting out of bed, you'd be like, oh, I don't believe that. Wow. And it's really hard to get up. And then, you know, with the invisibles doing what they do, already suffering with chronic fatigue. I've had chronic fatigue for a long time now. I'm talking about probably 30 years. But I tell you what, though, these last few years is the most that I have moved in a long time. But yeah, I'm finna beat this chronic fatigue, because I'm finna get up every day like clockwork and do what I need to do. I don't even know why I come on here talking about I don't know what I'm going to do with them going back to school. I've got plenty to do. Like, I got programming for my radio station that I need to do. I got new artists that I need to add in and moving rotation and stuff. I got interviews that I need to do. So I got a lot of stuff that I can do, and now that I'm gonna have all these hours to myself, I better get something to do. And I'm gonna have some more books coming out, some more journals and day planners and stuff like that. I think I'm working on a food planner for those of you who want to plan your meals out and stuff. And this food planner, it's gonna be the same size as the My Positivity Journal, which fits very good, very nice, easy and smooth into the pocketbook. So it wouldn't be anything to put this food journal or food menu planner. It wouldn't be anything to put it in your pocketbook and take it with you while you grocery shopping. Because not everybody want to use their cell phones to save everything in. You know, some of us still like the feel of the old school style stuff. We still like to feel like we matter and that artificial intelligence ain't taking our brains away. Truth is, our brains are sleeping more than we realize. We awake doing stuff, but our brains are asleep. There's not much creativity coming out of people these days. Everybody's on the same boat, dancing and doing stuff for TikTok. And the ones that ain't doing stuff for TikTok, they've been preaching the same sermons over and over. And it's not because God has told them to, but it's because they just don't have creativity in their brains. And I think that's for all of us, even down to me. Like this summer vacation, I ain't gonna lie, I had a good time. But we didn't really start some of our crafting projects until, no, wait a minute, I'm telling a lie. No, I didn't start my crafting projects till like at the beginning of August. The end of July, beginning of August is when I started getting back on foot with all the stuff I was doing. But them girls, they was already doing it. My granddaughter Zalia, she made me a stress relief smushy thing. One of these smushy things, she made it out of tape, y'all. This girl is so creative in her mind. She would come in every day and start cutting up these pieces of paper. And I'd be just getting on it. Girl, don't cut up that paper and leave it all on the floor. Not knowing this child was making something with me in mind. She was making, it's a squishy thing. You know, like you like squishy toys that they tell you to play with whenever you're stressed out. Well, she made me one. She made me, I gotta really take a picture of it one day and show y'all. She made me a Jiffy cornbread one, and let me go get it right quick because I was just using it. Let me get it. Ooh, I knocked that over. You know what this has? What did I do? Feel like I'm coughing or something. Okay, so she made me this Jiffy cornbread one, and I'm talking about she drew the box. She drew how the box looked. She colored it on a piece of paper and stuff, and then she put tape all over it, and you hear it, and it looks like a Jiffy squishy. And all I have to do is just, when I start feeling myself stressing, just mash it and it goes in and out like a regular stress ball. And I like it even the more because the way she made it, like, it fits right into my hand. I'm going to take a picture of it before I forget. Uh-oh. Before I forget to take y'all a picture of it, let me go ahead.